Yesterday, I learned that the US border doesn't open until 6 a.m. in Los Angeles. America was shut! So here I am back in the US. I'm in southern part of the Silicon Valley area in a place called Monterey. I tell you, they don't know jack about cheese. Gotcha. Anyway, though, I have to say, this place, I said this before, like California, I get why people like it. Monterey, it is picturesque. Like it's like a postcard. And this hotel, the Monterey Plaza, my goodness, it's stunning. I'll show you around. But so 12-hour flight, business, lie flat in that Boeing 787. Very nice. Although I have to say, Qantas, the mashed potato on the beef fillet was actually nicer than the beef fillet. Anyway, little point. But yeah, look, 12 hours and a short hop from LA over to San Jose and a quick drive down. Sensational.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about customer service and two extreme examples of how organisations see and treat their customers. Everyone knows that businesses are being disrupted these days, this whole digital transformation thing. In short, what that means is it's a fancy term of how can we connect and serve our customers better. Specifically, how do we fend off for those existing organisations, these new competitors don't have all of this legacy debt around their processes and technologies and their supply chains and logistics and how they're doing things that are faster and more nimble. Like how can these established companies be those new startups? Now that's one way of looking at it. The other way is how do we actually just do a good job? So recently, I realised that my Amazon Kindle, I'd taken a trial and I thought I'd cancelled it because it turned out that I preferred Audible. So kill me. Right? I fly a lot, I'm in the car a lot, so it's easier for me to listen than to read. And so I was looking through my bill and through my credit card statements, and I'm like, hang on, I'm sure I cancelled this. I went back and looked at my calendar, and sure enough, there's an entry there that says, Andrew, cancel the Kindle trial. And so I call Amazon, and literally within 10 minutes, it's probably more like 7, I was on the phone with someone who had solved the problem. Not 7 to 10 minutes of waiting on hold and then being bounced around to different departments and then eventually finding someone, like a 7 to 10 minute period, the entire thing had been solved. Then like, well, I'm looking at the record, sir, and actually, no, you didn't cancel it, but how about I give you 70% refund? Bang, just like that. First person that I was on the phone with just had the power to do that. And so I walked away with that and went, you know what? I don't mind. For like 20 bucks, I got the money back and I had a great experience. And so obviously now I am telling you about this. That's customer service. Compare that with American Airlines. Now, over Thanksgiving, I was in San Diego for a conference, and then I was supposed to go to Manhattan to go see some clients. Turns out that trip didn't work out, so I had to change my flights and go back to Los Altos. Now, I bought a fully flexible fare just on the off chance that this might happen because I knew it was Thanksgiving, things were a little bit up in the air. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just go on the website and I'll change my flight so that I can go back to San Jose and drive up. No, can't do that because it was bought on international currency. So fine. So I call their call center. Literally 20 minutes, it took me 3 goes to talk to someone. And then we get all the way through this process of changing the flights. And up at the last minute, they're like, oh, no, sorry, sir. Even though we told you to call the call center, you need to call the call center in Australia. It's like, I'm in the States. That's an international call. I really don't want to do that. And we've just gone through this whole process where you've told me, yes, sir, that's all done. Oh, but wait, now there's a problem. It's like, that's not customer service. So we and ah, and eventually I was like, I can't win this battle. So I called the Sydney number, literally on hold for 45 minutes just to talk to someone and eventually explain this whole thing. And they're like, oh, well, that's easy. So, finally, you think we get there? And then they start talking about, as I'm going through, these are the flights I want to change. From here, here's the flight number, here's my reservation code, here's the dates and times. Now I want these flights. And so you'd think that's pretty simple. She starts talking about going to Munich, and I'm like, I don't want to go to Munich. So, oh no, I didn't say that. So, well, you did. Like this whole back and forth about like where I'm going. It's like, no, it's pretty clear. I want to go back to San Jose. Like that's not complicated. I'm already in San Diego. And so we go through this process again, and she starts talking about Barbados. I'm like, I didn't say Barbados. Like, what are you talking about? And she calls me a liar again. It's like, don't you dare. So you can tell, even as I recount this, that this was not a positive experience, especially when we compare it to that simple Amazon thing. Now, sure, the difference between $70 and $1,800, maybe, but in the end, it's still a customer, and I had booked a fully flexible fare. And then so eventually, after being on the phone for an hour and a half to this international call center, I get this done. And they tell me that, okay, I now just need to get final approval. I'm like, okay, cool. And so I'm waiting on hold, and they keep coming back to me saying, oh, sorry, sir, my supervisor's busy. So, okay, well, look, this is an international call. Like, I'm at the office, I'm supposed to be doing work. This has been like almost 2 hours now. And they're like, oh, well, like if you hang up, I won't be able to finish this task. Like, I'll go on to the next one. I'm like, come on, seriously, you can't tell me that your phones don't dial out as well. So eventually we go round and round through this. And it's like, okay, I've got approval from my supervisor that they will go and finish this job and they'll call you back within the hour. I'm like, thank you, great. And so later that night, don't get a call within an hour. About 4 hours later, I get this email from American Airlines saying, we tried to call you and we were unable to. So we've closed the ticket, but we've given you a voucher and we've changed your flights. Here's the new flight details. I'm like, whoa, voucher? I didn't want a voucher. I wanted a refund. Right? So I get back on the phone the next day and they're like, no, you said you wanted a voucher. It's like, no, we discussed refund. It's a fully flexible fare. I understand how this works. I've been flying for a while now. And so round and round and round we go. It's like it's designed to make you give up. This is not customer service, right? So eventually I got the refund, I got the flights changed, tickety-boo, that's fine. But when you contrast this new company versus this old company, and they talk about digital transformation, don't get so hung up on the technology and these new whiz-bang systems and, oh, we're using this new technology and that new process. It's like, no. Always keep in mind what it is that you're trying to do, and that is serve the customer and add value and make their lives easier. Now for me, I fly a lot. I fly domestically, I fly internationally, I fly domestically on international flights. So I'm now not going to fly American wherever I have the choice, even though I have got decent status with Qantas and oneworld. I will choose someone else. For example, on this trip, I flew Alaskan. Great experience. They were on time, no issues, none of this group boarding rubbish either, which was great, especially since on an international ticket, you don't get that group number and then you get the gate agent yelling at you. But I digress. Once again, this problem of serving the customer and being customer service centric. So Jeff Bezos gets this. And so he talks about, I want my staff to be able to solve customer complaints on the first call. And that's exactly what happened. Now, when we think about your business, is that how you do things? Or are you hung up on these rules and processes to do things right? Or are you actually there to make the experience easy for the customer? Because it's vastly different. Because as we've seen, like I fly a lot, I'm not now going to fly American given the choice. If there's no one else, well, there's no one else. But already I've made decisions and I'm changing my buying habits and I'm telling people. Conversely, I'm telling people about the great experience that I had with Amazon. So customer experience is important and it's something we should all focus on. And let's not get hung up on your processes, because in the end, your processes don't matter. To the customer, largely, you don't matter. There are lots of companies out there that offer what it is you do. It is unlikely that you are the one that does the thing. Right? So customers have choice, and they've got networks, and they've got people, and they've got frustrations, and they've got joys, and they will tell people about their experience. So focus on the customer, make some money, and solve problems. Thanks.
This place is a maze. Like it's, see, it says exit there. That's not the exit. The exit is down here. I really do feel like Inception. So often you travel and you wake up and you wonder what country you're in because the hotels I swear, they all look the same. Seriously, how far is this corridor? But, you know, it's a nice hotel when you've got chairs and a little table and a phone before you get in the lift. It's very nice. Let's wait. Got to go find this function room. One thing that'd be awesome is to actually have a map in your little in-room hotel book